Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the anatomy of the male reproductive system. You can see that I have two models here. This one is a sagittal model, which means it's cut down the middle of the body. This one is a more 3D model. I'm going to be using both of them to show different things. I like this one because it kind of gives more of an idea of what the bladder looks like. However, if I were to pull it apart, you can actually see that they're going to show roughly the same things. So let's start with the sagittal model. I like to start where the sperm is made in the testes and end with where the sperm leaves the body here at the head of the penis. So the sperm are made here in the testes, and remember, since this is a sagittal cut, we're only seeing one of the testes. Oop. You actually have two testes, two vas deferens, and two seminal vesicles. So we can see one testes here. The sperm are made in the seminiferous tubules that you can see a little bit of here. Once the sperm is fully formed, it will move into the epididymis, this area right here. This is kind of a storage tank for formed sperm, and it gives them a little bit of time to mature and learn how to swim. When ejaculation happens, the sperm are going to leave the epididymis in a tube called the vas deferens, or the ductus deferens, and that's this tube right here. You can see how it's leaving the testes, it's coming up, looping over the pubis, and on top of the bladder. So this is the bladder right here. And you can also see that there's a gland right here called seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle, you can also see it on the front, is a gland that produces a fluid that's got a lot of fructose in it. And remember, fructose is a sugar, and so the sperm can use that fructose to produce ATP to power their tails to help them swim. So this is sort of like a trail mix for the road for the sperm. So the sperm are in the vas deferens. The vas deferens is going to swing around and it's going to meet up with fluid coming from the seminal vesicle. Semen is what is ejaculated. Semen is made up of not only sperm, but fluid from a couple of other glands. One of them is the seminal vesicle. And in fact, the seminal vesicle produces about 70% of the volume of semen. So they meet up here in the ejaculatory duct. So you have sperm coming in and you have fluid from the seminal vesicle coming in together into this ejaculatory duct. The ejaculatory duct is going to fuse with the urethra. Remember, in the urinary system, we learned about how the bladder, this structure here, is emptied via the urethra, which leads out of the body. So this is where the urethra and the ejaculatory duct meet. This kind of heart-shaped structure here is the prostate gland. This also contributes fluid to semen. The seminal vesicle contributed fluid that gave a lot of sugar for energy. The prostate gland produces an alkaline fluid to help neutralize the acidity of the vagina. As the urethra moves down closer to the penis, you'll see another small little round structure here. This is called the bulbourethral gland. The bulbourethral gland also contributes a little bit to the volume of semen, but it mostly helps to lubricate the urethra and clean out any urine that was in there. Remember, the urethra is a shared pathway for urine and for sperm. And sperm don't like acidic conditions. So if there's any urine left in the tube from the last micturition event, the bulbourethral gland is going to produce a very sort of slimy substance, slippery substance, to help lubricate and clean out any urine that's in there. So the three glands, the seminal vesicle, the prostate gland, and the bulbourethral gland, all contribute a little bit of fluid to semen. As you move into the penis, you will notice that there are two different types of tissue. One tissue surrounds the urethra. When the male achieves an erection, we want to make sure this urethra doesn't get closed off. So the erectile tissue around the urethra actually expands outward to help hold that urethra open. The tissue that's on the top side of the penis here is erectile tissue. This is the tissue that gets engorged with blood and causes the penis to become erect. So here's the erectile tissue. Here's the urethra. At the end of the penis is an area called the prepuce, and this is the extra skin on the head of the penis that is often removed during circumcision. At the very end of the penis, that skin is called the glans penis. As the sperm comes through the vas deferens, it's going to merge with fluid being produced by the seminal vesicle in the ejaculatory duct. It will then merge with the urethra, move through the penis. The erectile tissue is the part shown right here that will cause the penis to become erect before sexual intercourse, and during ejaculation, the semen will leave the body through a small opening in the glans penis. One of the issues that can happen to men as they get older is enlargement of the prostate gland, which can sort of squeeze off both the opening to the bladder and the ejaculatory duct. Physicians, when they do a prostate exam, will actually insert a finger into the rectum, and then they can palpate this prostate and find out and feel if it's enlarged or if there are any problems. That's it for today. See you in class.